Hi there, everybody. Yesterday, Xbox had a showcase, and they didn't say that they were going to be showing anything from Square Enix. In fact, I went over it last week, and it was just going to be 4 of their titles. Nothing RPG related, nothing Square Enix, and certainly not Visions of Mana, but here we are. We got like 6 or 7 minutes of Visions of Mana footage, and it is fantastic! My history with the series goes all the way back to Final Fantasy Adventure, the very first one released on the Game Boy. Back then, I had no idea that it was part of the Mana series. In fact, I didn't even know what the Mana series was until a couple years later, maybe 2 or so years later, I want to say, when Secret of Mana came out. But even then, I didn't make the connection between Final Fantasy Adventure and Secret of Mana. It wasn't until like the internet came out that I was like, oh, that makes sense. So I've been playing this game for a long time, since I was like 9, 10 something years old. And here we get to see so much more about it. This is the latest entry in the Mana series, and it is a mainline entry into the series as well. The mainline entries have been Final Fantasy Adventure, Secret of Mana, Trials of Mana, and Dawn of Mana. And of those games, all of them have been great, except for Dawn of Mana, I've gotta say. Hopefully, we can maybe get a remake of that, like completely rebuilt from the entire ground up, you know? Like, it needs a lot of help. It needs a lot of help. But yeah, we are being kind of like going through this trailer here by the producer of the Mana series, Masaru Oyamada, and I don't mean to be like mean or whatever, but he looks completely constipated and completely uncomfortable, and it's cracking my ass up. Every time I see him, he's like stiff as a statue, and I'm just like, oh my god, girl, go to the damn bathroom. But anyway, we also have the original creator of the series on board, Koichi Ishii, and he talks about the monsters that are in the series, and they're beautiful. This, again, is a return to form. Everything that we see here is just the way that it used to be. This isn't weird Mana like we've seen before in the past 15-something years. This is good Mana. Yeah, they're learning something here. They're learning. They even go so far as to show some concept art from all the way back in Final Fantasy Adventure with like colored pencils and stuff. It is super freaking cute. I cannot even stand it. The combat looks great, and in addition to the combat, guess what, guys? We have a new form of fast travel, and it's not just like Flammy. It's not a white dragon to fly around, although we've seen Flammy before. It is a pickle for fast travel, and it is super cute, and it's so funny, because he goes flying and like blasts the enemies out of the way, and they go flying away, and it's like, move, bitch, I'm gay! Move out the way! He says that he was inspired by like a Yorkshire Terrier crossed with a pangolin and then Anubis from Egyptian mythology. And it just looks so cute and so gorgeous. At first, I wasn't really sold on it because it's just so dark. And I was like, does that really fit like the Mana aesthetic? Maybe it should be like a dark purple or a dark blue or something. But the more that I look at it, the more the more I'm liking it. The more it just looks absolutely adorable. The music has a characteristic Mana flair, and there's over 100 different songs, and the music changes whenever you enter combat too. There's a seamless transition there, and it just looks great. I just can't even get over it. The magic system. They didn't really go too deep into the magic system here, but from what I can tell, it looks like it has a charge system. Because it showed the hero, he was fighting with a sword and everything, and all of a sudden he kind of stopped, he did some charging, and then boom! Like, you know, Gnome's effect came out and Earth came up, or Undyne came out and then Ice came around, you know? Or Salamando came out and then fire flew out from his sword. So it just looks so cool. It looks seamless, it looks fast, it looks fluid, it looks fun. I don't know if there's going to be an MP system. It didn't show any stats on the screen, nothing like that. It just showed a very, very fast-paced, fluid battle system. And it also showed attacks that take place on the ground as well as the air. And he's like attacking on the ground, and he jumps up into the air, and he shoots off a fireball, and he like flies back because of like the force of the magic, the fireball and everything. It just, oh my gosh. This is a faithful, true addition to the Mana series, and it's coming out this summer, and I cannot wait. I have loved the Mana series all my life for well over 30 years now. This is, as far as action RPGs are concerned, this is up there with like the Ys series as like one of my favorite action RPGs of all time, and it has like the history of the Ys series too, although Ys is a little bit older than Mana, but gosh, I just love it, and I cannot wait for this summer, one of my most highly anticipated games of the year, and we get more information about it. Now I want to know what y'all think about the game, what y'all thought about the trailer, the combat, everything. Do you have any more insights about it? Let me know. And as always, have a good day.